Hello, everyone. My name is William Schindler, and I'm going to be discussing and highlighting the importance of raising our national minimum wage. The purpose for me bringing this to you today is to garner commitment and oversight, at the very least, the awareness within our federal government. 1 in 4 Americans earn less than $15 an hour, and that's simply way too many. Calling on specifically on Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia, since West Virginia sits at fourth in the country in terms of poverty rate in the nation. Here's a brief history I have on the slide of the federal minimum wage in our country. You can see in 1968, the Fair Labor Standards Act was introduced, brought us to 25 cents an hour. Then you see, I have more detail here on the slide, but the big points you could mention are in 1967 when we reached $1.40 an hour, and non-labor and farm labor were at a similar rate, an equal rate. But then from 1978, you see another big distinction or change made, where yes, the wage is going up, but you have distinctions between there's non-exempt and exempt workers now, and their wages went up from 1978 2009 steadily, which started at 265, going to where we are now, obviously to 2009, at 725 an hour. So who does this benefit? Well, this benefits obviously the middle class. There are 1.3 million families living below the poverty level, and with a wage increase, you'd see them being brought above the poverty level. And according to, of course, remember, like I said earlier, 1 in 4 workers earn less than $15 an hour. That's about 27 million workers that are affected or would be affected by this wage change, this federal minimum wage increase, according to the Congressional Budget Office. Families especially benefit because that's an additional $800 of additional annual wages that would be added to families' pockets, and that would be able to cover medical and vehicle expenses. Minorities are also on average disproportionately affected by lower wages. They would see a great benefit to $15 minimum wage. Finally, as per the American Federation of Labor, minimum wage increases have shown to boost the economy in terms of consumer spending and obviously jobs as well. So obviously the major outcomes I'm looking for, or the best one, acceptable one for me here with this request, would be to get Congress to pass an initiative to raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour. That's what I consider acceptable. The undesirable option, like I have noted here, would be no change. Didn't get the number of votes required to make that change, which would be very unfortunate. But interesting to note is that the actual wage adjusted for inflation today, and this is according to the Federation of Labor, would be $24 an hour. And if there's a measure that went through Congress, got put forth, and saw, let's say we hit $15 an hour right away, and then gradual increases for the next 20 years, 20, 30 years to $24 an hour, I think that would be preferred. So to sign off, again, I'm calling on Senator Joe Manchin, since his state is one of the lowest in terms of poverty. Poverty rates are highest in terms of poverty rates, really. To vote yes, and if there is a measure that goes through the Senate, to vote yes on it to increase the minimum wage. This is for all Americans as well, not just West Virginia. That would raise them. It's basically giving them a living wage to raise them out of to a more affordable life. And last time, was worth noting is last time a measure like this went through Congress was 4 years ago in March of 2021, and unfortunately did not get enough votes to pass. So I'd say it is more than the right time, especially since 2009 was the last time our minimum wage actually went up. This is more than the right time to for the federal government to coordinate with unions like the AFL and pass a bill in support of this measure. So that's all I have for you today. Thank you for listening.